Shorty, you know that I got that cash. Trickin' if you got it, trickin' if you got it, what you asking?
Been to Fordham Road. Jordan Poole, when next time you go to New York, go around Fordham Road, Concourse, High Bridge, Southport. You gonna see what you spent $500,000 on and be like, yo, I was wild.
You was wild. You could have got her a piece.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Dark Times channel. And so before I get started, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that like button for me. And if you enjoy the content on the channel, make sure you go ahead and subscribe as well. And so recently, a female rapper that goes by the name Ice Spice, and she was recently invited on a date with NBA player Jordan Poole that plays for the Golden State Warriors. Somehow, I don't know how, but somehow word got out that he paid $500,000 for a date. And I'll put that in parentheses, for a date. Now, I know the old saying, it ain't tricking if you got it, but damn that's $500,000. I don't care how much money you got. $500,000 is still $500,000. And so he's getting clowned for it, and rightfully so.
Now you are much. Because let me tell you something, what Steve Kerr is doing, this is what Steve Kerr is doing. He's putting you out there against the niggas your age. John Morant's killing you.
Yo, get him a towel, killing you, sweating too much.
He pissing me off. I'm sick of that nigga.
This nigga Jordan Poole, I knew he was bugging. This nigga did an in and out and ran the nigga over. I said,
because he's erratic. Because what happens is this.
What
happens is this, when you start dating the Ice Spices and the people, they say, boo watching. Boo watching, let me get all crazy because she don't give a fuck. She from the Bronx, bro. Fordham Road. Have you been to Fordham Road? Jordan Poole, when next time you go to New York, go around Fordham Road, Concourse, High Bridge, Southport. You gonna see what you spent $500,000 on and be like, yo, I was wild.
You was wild. You could have got her a piece.
And so I'm definitely with Mace on this one. You could have just as easily gotten Ice Spice or whatever her name is, a slice of pizza, and she would have been just fine with that. And so my thing is, I'm sure Jordan Poole has got a uncle, cousin, maybe a brother or a sister that could have just as easily used that $500,000 for a house, tuition, some land, whatever. But instead you go off and trick $500,000 on something that you could have got for free. And that's my issue with a lot of these athletes. And the problem is, a lot of these athletes, they grow up not having to develop any level of game. And I mean any level of game. From the time they're in middle school and high school and college, they're the big man on campus. And so 9 times out of 10, they don't even have to open their mouth, and women know who they are. Girls know who they are. And so there's no game development there. They don't have to use their mouthpiece. And so when they get to the NBA, even other celebrities, like Mace and Cameron, even they can't understand why somebody would trick off $500,000. Because most rappers aren't famous and don't have any notoriety, or at least not the same level of notoriety as a lot of these athletes until the song gets on the radio or they get their videos played. And so it's definitely still tricking no matter how much you got. But it's not just Jordan Poole. James Harden is notorious for tricking off money on Instagram girls and OnlyFans girl. He's notorious for this. He allegedly cash apped Sweetie $100,000 for a date. That's allegedly. 50 Cent is like me. 50 Cent even called them out for it. He said, wait, he a superstar? Why the F is he paying a B to go on a date? And that's a simp mentality. A lot of these guys are millionaire superstars, but they're still simps at the end of the day. Just because you have a level of money and a level of notoriety doesn't automatically take the simp out of you. A lot of these guys have been simps for a long time, and they'll continue to be simps no matter how much money they get and no matter how much notoriety they get. And that's the whole point of being a superstar. You're not supposed to be tricking off $100,000, $20,000. This is another girl he spent money on, allegedly, model Jenna Shea. And some of these girls are in the adult entertainment industry. So if you're going to spend that amount of money at least let it be somebody that hasn't been ran through like that. But then on the other hand, you know, a lot of these guys been doing this for so long. They've been tricking for so long that that's probably the only way that they can get off at the end of the day. And so sometimes it's hard to have sympathy for these athletes when stuff goes down, because you see how they move. And women like Ice Spice and OnlyFans models, you know, these women aren't messing around. These women do this for a living. It's their living to spot a simp. It's their living to spot a mark. And so a lot of these women are just out here taking advantage of these simp ass dudes. So like I said, it's hard to feel sorry for them at the end of the day. But then on the other hand, I got to put a little bit of the blame on the fathers in these situations and the uncles and the OGs in some of these guys' lives. I got to put a little bit of blame on that, because there's no way would I have a nephew, a son, or anybody with that level of money moving like this. And I believe this is somewhat normal NBA and NFL behavior. I think a lot of these guys trick off money. I think a lot of these guys are tricking off money like this. Well, maybe not quite like this, but they're definitely out here tricking. And with all the money that these athletes have tricked over the years, I can't even imagine. But with all the money and all the resources that they've pretty much squandered and given away on simp behavior like this, we could have started our own NBA league. We could have started our own NFL league by now. But like I said earlier, I can't blame these 19-year-old and 20-year-olds too much, because I can't even imagine what I would have done at 19 and 20 years old with that amount of money. I know I wouldn't have tricked it off like that, but on the other hand, like I said, you never know. And so that's all I had for this particular video. Make sure you guys drop a like, and make sure you guys chime in on the comment section. I want to hear what you guys got to say about this one. Do y'all think it's tricking if you got it, or a little trick and never hurt nobody? And as usual, peace and chaos.